viewers and ESL students to the Sports Center Elite League Special of Fantasy Football.
I'm your host, Reese Valentine, and this is Dan Martinez, and we're here to give you updates on your league today.
Yeah. Now, we are going to get down from the season recap, see who is coming in on our playoff spots here we got. You want to pull it up? Thank you,
Yes.
Reese.
As we look at the standings, at the moment, in the East, the Maven has a hold of that division, 7-6, with Gotham Knights close behind at 6-7. In the North Division, the Educators has a strong lead at 11-2, and right behind them we have Cookie Monsters, who is 8-5.
Chomping away.
Now we move on down south, where we have Texas Tea Party, who stand at 7-6, with Mighty Men of Benjamin trying to close in at 6-7.
And, of course, the last one here, we got Heartbreak Kid holding it down with an 8-5 record, leading limited edition with a record of 7-6.
But looking over the week, if we scroll up real quick to the top, we have game of the week. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be Mighty Men versus Heartbreak Kid. Heartbreak Kid has a spot in the playoffs, and Mighty Men is fighting to get in. Our snooze of the week is, unfortunately, it's going to be Orange Crush and Poets. If Poets loses, he is definitely out of the playoffs, which would be a serious upset considering the fact that all three of Poets' wins has come against higher-ranked teams. He beat the Heartbreak Kid, Limited Edition, and possibly now Orange Crush.
Yeah.
Our upset of the week, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take Ye Old Football Team over Cookie Monsters. I think that the Rook is going to come in and pull out a win. Let's see how that works out.
Yes, sir. Now, if we take a glance at the waiver wire, we can see some great changes going on to next week, heading off into the playoffs. Of course, you see Mighty Men of Benjamin lighting it up as usual, with a big claim of Santana Moss and Jerome Harrison. Now, Reese, what do you think about that pickup of Harrison? You think he's going to do anything this week?
Dan, it's like I always say, never trust a player that comes from the Browns. Never.
Just like his whole team is from Detroit with that slow start now.
And that's our waiver wires for the week. Now, we're going to go into our own Sports Center section of Fact or Fiction. Which of these four teams are going to make the playoffs? Dan, Fact or Fiction, Ye Old Football Team.
I'm going to have to say fiction. The reason why I want to say this, Reese, is Vincent Jackson has been surprisingly horrible these past 2 or 3 weeks. Pulling in nothing, really. Maybe a combined of like 7 points. And with Cedric Benson coming off of that injury slide, doing really well last week, I think he's not going to hold pretty well against the Vikings. So I'm going to say he's going to lose next week. Fiction, he's not going to make the playoffs. All right, Reese. Fact or fiction? Orange Crush makes the playoffs.
I'm going to go ahead and go with fact because going into this last week, Orange Crush needs just one win to make the playoffs, and that one win is going to come against Poets. And quite frankly, Poets sucks, so I think he slides in easily.
And that's a very good point. He does suck.
Fact or fiction, Gotham Knights?
I'm going to have to say fiction, and there's 3 reasons why. Hear me out. First reason, this dude never wakes up before 2 p.m. Roster's always set from the previous week, which means he has the same roster from week 1. Number 2, he has no girl. Number 3, this dude is playing the Educators. Quite frankly, that dude is good, and he whooped him the first time around. So, fiction, this guy is done for the season. Grab your Hey Arnold pillow, you're through, chump. Now, our last fact or fiction playoff question is, will Mighty Men of Benjamin pull through and make this awesome comeback to make the playoffs?
I'm going to go with fact. You know, I was in a similar situation last year where my season was at the end, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and I pulled together what was necessary to make the playoffs. He's had a strong second half of the season, and I expect that to probably continue as he slides into the playoffs and gets eliminated in the first round.
Eliminated in the first round, this guy's getting quite quick on these predictions here. Mine is that Educators will win, of course.
All right, so now we have a very special guest with you this evening. The Gotham Knights has decided to join us tonight. Justin, are you there?
Hey, Buster.
So, Justin, tell us, what do you feel about our comments? Do you feel that you will indeed make the playoffs?
Well, no, Reese. I don't know. I got AP from Lil Bill, and that Buster Dan Martinez. I'm gonna have to slap him up. Yeah, Buster.
So, you know what? Look into next year. Is there anything that you're going to do differently?
Well, Reese. Hopefully, I want to offer up at least one trade next year and stay out of trouble.
Can you verify the comment that, are you still grounded? Because we here at the moment, Mama Bear has you locked down like Tiger Woods' wife has him locked down at home.
Well, Reese, I am massaging Mama's bare feet, and I cannot use the car, so yes, I am grounded. Buster.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Any last comments?
Yeah, that Buster Dan, I got a comment. Oh, Dad, come on. Shh, my mom's here. I gotta get off the phone. I'm still grounded. Buster.
Well, thank you, Justin, for your comments and for that conversation.
Okay, in closing, we're going to answer a letter real quick from the Cookie Monsters owner, Henry Diaz. And he says, playoffs, here I come. Anyone else excited?
Well, that was a very interesting email there from you, Henry. I really like that. Since you were in the same predicament last year, I would not get quite as excited as you seem to be right now. Because unfortunately, last year, you happened to lose a game, someone else won, and you were surprisingly out of the playoffs. Now, even if you do make the playoffs, I still want to be so excited because, homie, you've been kind of sleepy with that Ben Roethlisberger and everyone else kind of putting up higher numbers than you. Fortunately enough for you, you've been playing the lowest score player each week. So calm down, homie, calm down. But the thing is, you did happen to spell all your words right this time, so you're moving. You're moving along in the right path.
And that's all we have for you this week. I'm Reese Valentine.
And I'm Dan Martinez.
And this has been SportsCenter, The Elite.